stopped being relevant years ago, and yet sadly, well, you still hate George Bush, so the song still works. And most of you hate George Bush, some people like him. And that's okay. I want you to embrace your love, because love is better than hate. Where is he? Where's he gone? The story of this song was I was recording an album, actually, at Neil Maxey's house I was just talking about, but I didn't have enough songs, so I was like, I should finish the song I'm thinking about writing. So I went on the internet and I just Googled George Bush lies, and I got a song out of it. And I got there and I got to the show, and I actually recorded this live album while reading from my laptop. And it was I'm literally reading and doing this, and the audience really liked it. It came out really well. It was right, and everybody's really hating on George Bush in Massachusetts. And so I was looking for an apartment in New York at the time, because I was living in New York, but I needed to find a place. So I figured, what can I do to get people to forward my email seeking an apartment in New York to as many people as possible? I'll attach it to something they would enjoy forwarding. So I took the recording of the following song and I attached it to that email, and I said, hey, I'm looking for an apartment. Everybody forward this to anybody that might know, who has an apartment for me in New York, and as a reason to do it, here's the song. And 3 days later, I get a call from Freebo. Many of you will know Freebo. Dear friend of mine, living in LA, he was living in LA, and he calls me and says, congratulations. I say, what? And he says, you're on Air America. So, on the Ed Schultz, it was the Ed Schultz show. And so I was like, oh, cool. So I called up Ed Schultz, and he actually had me on the show. Because he'd been looking for me, apparently. And we had a live interview, and I got in trouble because he asked me about how, my political songwriting, and I said, well, I have this song called Keep Your Jesus Off My Bootness, and I bleeped myself for his benefit. I got an email from a woman named Hadassah telling me that I was going to hell because I was offensive and would say things like that about God. And so I asked her if she had a daughter, and I never heard back from Hadassah. But anyway, that's a sideline. That's a sideline. I didn't find an apartment in New York. I ended up saying, screw it, LA. How's LA? Ronnie Cox was like, you have to move to LA. And so I moved to LA, and in with Ronnie, and he was like, shit. Anyway, so that is how this song